right.
Up next we got the heavyweight bout between Walt.
Hey, we better fight, bro. We better be the main event, bro.
All right, up next we got the heavyweight. Wait, up next we have the
Don't worry, I got it. Next up, we got Walt Harris.
Wait, up next we got the co-main event. Is a heavyweight bout between Walt the Big Ticket Harris versus Marcin Tybura. What you think, bro?
I think you stole my thunder. You stole my lines, bro. No, but yeah, it's Walt Harris, Marcin Tybura. You know, Walt Harris, huge guy. Man, this dude is his fighting style is so exciting, man. Like it's die. You know, it's kill or be killed, basically with him, man.
Like Gaethje, bro.
Yeah, but he's not as technical as Gaethje was even back then. But man, he got power for sure, man. He either sleeps you in the first round or second round, and then if he doesn't, he just gets tired and then loses the fight. Yeah, and he's gotten finished pretty often, to be honest. So it's for him, it's kill or be killed. And so I think the biggest question, will he be able to take out Marcin Tybura early in that first, maybe early second round? I think Marcin Tybura for sure is going to look to wrestle. I think Walt Harris really struggles with that. His ground game sometimes has looked pretty atrocious.
Yeah.
Marcin Tybura, he's been able to show that he's pretty good on the ground. His last fight was against Greg Hardy, and Greg Hardy, he was on a little run, and then he faced Tybura, and then he got finished. But he only got finished because he got so tired because of all the wrestling. He tried to stop the takedown, he couldn't, and then he got tired. And I think this fight could turn out very similar. Actually, it's probably most probable that that's how this fight is going to go. Tybura is going to wrestle Harris. He might stop the first few, or maybe the first one, maybe. And then eventually, I think he's going to get it. I just think Walt Harris is not, his wrestling defense is just not there yet. And, but I actually think Walt Harris is going to land something big early. And Tybura has been cracked before. Yeah. And I think he's going to crack him early. What do you think, man?
I think it's the opposite. I think Marcin Tybura is gonna take this fight by decision. I think even if he can't get the fight to the ground, I think he'll manage to keep his distance like he has in some other fights. The thing is, if he doesn't threaten with the takedowns, I don't see how Walt Harris really gets gassed unless he gasses himself out.
Yeah, I mean, Harris does everything throws. It's pretty explosive, so he could still tire like that. I mean, he's shown that sometimes he can tire like that when he gets too, excited or too overzealous. He gets. But yeah, I agree. I mean, Tybura has to threaten the takedown. Even if he doesn't get it, I think he has to grind them out on the fence, kind of, kind of like Usman did to Masvidal. Yeah, and I think Harris will start to feel the fatigue if he can't get out of that fast.
That's true.
And
but you think Harris is going to come out swinging out the gate, or you think he's going to try to keep him more technical?
I think he's going to come out and try to stay technical, and I think he's going to finish him. He's going to catch him with something kind of weird. He might just straight up catch him with his power hand, but I don't know. I feel like Tybura's too. Excuse me. I think Tybura's too experienced to be able to get caught by something like that. But I think I don't know. Walt Harris. I think it was against. What's it? Let me look it up. I believe it was.
Who, Overeem?
Was it Overeem?
When what? When he got taken down?
Wait, what was I just saying? Oh no, it was against Olenek. He threw the weirdest thing. He threw a flying knee, and then as soon as he landed, before he even landed, he threw an overhand. Right? No, he threw an overhand, and he knocked out Olenek like that. And I mean, that's such a weird combination. And I was like, but it worked. So I was like, maybe he'll catch him with something. I believe. Let me see what the reach advantage is. 81-inch reach for Walt Harris. 78-inch reach for Tybura, 6'3", 6'5". So Walt Harris is going to have the reach, but I feel like he's not even that technical to know how to kind of use his reach to his best advantage.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to make it very difficult for Tybura to close the range, and I just don't see him striking for long. I think if he stays up too much, he's gonna get caught. I don't know, man.
True. I mean, the reason why I think Tybura kind of has a little bit of upper hand here is that Walt Harris hasn't found much success recently. Like, you know, even when he came back against Overeem, he got taken down. You know, he gassed obviously, and then he got
in his defense, remember he cracked Overeem, bro. He was very close to finishing that fight.
That's true, yeah.
And then, like I said, he got overzealous.
And then
his tank on E.
Yeah.
Gas price is too high. He couldn't afford it, so he gassed out. And then Volkov, I think he just got out. Volkov's too technical. He's like what Walt Harris should be with like his size, the technical. Well, I mean, Volkov is humongous, but like he's just so technical, and you know, Walt Harris is not that. And he got fair play to Volkov. He just outclassed them on that one. But the thing is, those two guys are probably the best, some of the best in this division. You know, Volkov, he had that pretty bad loss to Curtis Blades, and he kind of came back and with something to prove, you know. And he's for sure one of the best guys in this division. Overeem, obviously, he's been forever. He's still a top guy. I think that shows that the level of his opponent matters. And I think those two guys were just too good for him. While I think Marcin Tybura is not there. Tybura is a good guy. You know, he's a solid guy.
Yeah. But
I just don't think he's well-rounded, but none of his tools are that sharp, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if he can get I assume he's going to shoot for the takedowns and stuff. I honestly don't know if he's going to get them. Just because, he's not at high level like Curtis Blades or even Overeem with the wrestling, you know. And he's not Volkov with the striking, so I think Walt Harris is going to catch him with something.
But why do you, like, I never really got the point of fighters, like, switching stances.
During fights?
Yeah, because they, like, switch stances, but sometimes they don't even throw anything. You know, is it just to, like, throw them off or, like...
Yeah, so some fighters, obviously, like, you know, Max and stuff like that, I think even Usman sometimes, they can... when they throw their punches, it switches their stance, and then they just fight like that. Like, they can just fight like that, you know. But you got to be a certain level to do that. But some guys, like what you said, they just throw it and then, like, switch stance to kind of change the look, right? Because it's so different fighting, going from, like, orthodox to southpaw or southpaw to orthodox. It just changes, especially if you prepare for them. Like, it just changes what you're seeing, and it makes some fighters don't prepare for the opposite side.
Yeah. So
it kind of is like, oh, like they don't know. It looks too different. And so they kind of wait, and it gives you a little time, like a little pause to get back into your stance. But some fighters can, but I think most fighters do it for that, to kind of like have that little pause so they can kind of get their stuff together. But
that's true.
I don't know.
I mean, most of Marcin's fights went to decision, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like the recent ones?
Let me see. His most recent fight, no, he finished Greg Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
But before that, he had 3 back-to-back decisions. Yeah. Like he's Drake. He actually beat Augustus Sakai.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he knocked him out, actually, in the first round. Crazy.
Bruh.
Yeah. So I guess you got Tybur by decision, you said?
Yeah, I have Tybur by decision.
And I got Walt Harris round 1 knockout. First minute, calling my shot.